Ah, the wonders and perils of the desert. Let's delve into these intriguing inhabitants, from the deceptively cuddly to the outright nightmares. Picture this, you're strolling through the desert and in the distance, you spot what seems like a big teddy bear beckoning you with open arms. Intrigued, you approach only to realize it's no plush toy but a giant cactus. Oddly enough, the branches have a strange fluffiness that resembles the arms of a teddy bear. Meet the jumping cholya, also known as the teddy bear cholya, found in the deserts of Arizona and northern Mexico. Now, this cactus won't launch an attack on you, but here's the catch: it can cling to your skin or clothes if you make the mistake of touching it. That adorable fluff? It's actually thousands of thin needles, and they're the reason you should maintain a safe distance. This needle coat serves the cactus well, protecting it from animals, providing shade, and helping it endure the heat. If you take a closer look at these needles, you'll notice they're shaped like hooks. Touch the cactus and you'll find yourself with hundreds of thorns in your fingers. Removing them is quite a task, and the needles deliver unpleasant, painful sensations. Despite the potential hazards, the jumping cholya has its merits for desert wanderers. The lateral branches are crucial, conducting photosynthesis and storing significant moisture. And here's the cool part: the way it reproduces. As animals or people pass by and touch the cactus, it gives them a small piece of itself along with the needles. Toss the piece on the ground and it takes root, birthing a new plant. So, the desert, with its seemingly lifeless landscapes, holds secrets, both perilous and fascinating, waiting for those curious enough to explore its sands. Now, brace yourself for another creature of the desert, and this one might surprise you: the ostrich. Often considered timid with the misconception that they bury their heads in the sand, these birds can turn into formidable opponents, especially if you get too close to their nests. Ordinarily, ostriches are not aggressive, but they can swiftly change their demeanor if they perceive a threat to their nest. And here's the kicker: they are speedy. We're talking about a whopping 43 miles per hour. You'd need a car to outpace them. These birds are known to run and even confront their adversaries with their chests. In some instances, they've been reported attacking vans, causing substantial damage. The real danger lies in their legs, armed with sharp claws. Ostriches can deliver powerful blows and, believe it or not, even kick a potential threat when it's down. So, the general advice stands: if you spot an ostrich in the distance, it might be wise to make a swift retreat in the opposite direction. You wouldn't want to underestimate the power of those legs. Now, let me introduce you to a seemingly harmless creature that lurks underground most of the time in the arid deserts of the southwestern US and northwestern Mexico. It might look cute, but don't be fooled, it's the formidable Gila monster. This little reptile has evolved some impressive defense mechanisms. Its thick skin acts as armor, shielding it from aerial predators like hawks and ground threats such as coyotes. However, its primary line of defense lies in its venom. Unlike snakes and spiders that inject their toxins using fangs, the Gila monster takes a different approach. When it catches its prey, it clamps down and chews, ensuring the venom is well distributed. What's particularly unnerving is that when it bites, it can keep its jaws closed for an extended period. Dealing with a Gila monster is no easy task. Those who've experienced the effects of its venom describe it as akin to feeling hot magma coursing through the veins. Despite the potential danger, this lizard has proven to be beneficial for science. Doctors have harnessed its venom to develop medicines for conditions like diabetes and obesity. So, as menacing as it may be, the Gila monster has unwittingly contributed to advancements in medical science. Now, get ready to meet one of the creepiest creatures that inhabit the desert. Imagine standing alone in the vastness, surrounded by silence. Suddenly, a subtle hissing sound catches your attention. As you lower your head, you're confronted with a chilling sight: a large yellow spider, roughly the size of a human palm, equipped with formidable jaws and long legs, lurking in the shadow cast by your body. In a panic, you start to run, but this creature is relentless. However, before you let fear take over, take a moment to realize that this monster isn't interested in you. It's after your shadow, seeking refuge from the scorching sun. Despite its pursuit, it's best not to touch it. The powerful jaws of the camel spider can cause more than just unpleasant sensations. Interestingly, the camel spider, although belonging to the class of arachnids, is a distinct species known as Solifugid. It's not a true spider, but it shares the desert landscape with them. Fearless and quite aggressive, it preys on a variety of creatures, from insects and lizards to rodents and small birds. What's more, it's a speedy hunter, capable of moving at an impressive 10 miles per hour, making it a challenge to outrun. While these creatures are commonly found in the deserts of the Middle East, they also inhabit regions like Mexico and the southwestern US. Camel spiders, or solifugids, are nocturnal hunters, avoiding the harsh sunlight during the day. So, if you're in the desert at night, beware, they might come after you, especially if you have a light source. In fact, they earned their name because they often hide in the shadows of camels, and while you might not find camels in your path, these creatures could still be lurking in the darkness. Some species of camel spiders even produce a hissing sound as a form of intimidation against potential threats. Let's take a moment to step out of the hot desert and venture into the humid tropics of Tanzania. In the shadows of fallen leaves, tree bark, and dark caves, you might encounter one of the most terrifying creatures on Earth, the tailless whip scorpion. Picture a large scorpion without a tail, with a flat body that seems like it's been pressed down. While it resembles spiders, this creature lacks venom glands and the ability to spin webs. What makes it truly frightening are its 2 front claws, each twice as long as its body. Once it captures prey, escape is virtually impossible. The silent and swift creature inhabits dark caves, and its eyesight, spoiled by a life in darkness, compels it to avoid sunlight. During molting, it climbs to the ceiling, emerging slowly from its old skin. Imagine shining your flashlight in a cave and seeing small cocoons from which pale spiders with excessively long legs crawl. If you happen upon one, the best course of action is to calmly move away as far as possible. Beware, as the flat scorpion can swiftly crawl under your clothes and deliver a bite to your stomach. But don't worry, that's where the joke comes in. In reality, this creature, known as the tailless whip scorpion, is one of the shyest and most harmless among spiders and scorpions. It's more afraid of you than you are of it and will never attack. Some people even find it beautiful and keep them in glass terrariums as pets. If you decide to have one as a pet, just keep a close eye on it to prevent any unexpected escapes. They might be a bit challenging to catch again if they decide to explore beyond their terrarium. Imagine the surprise in your neighbor's apartment when your whip scorpion decides to visit through the ventilation system. Certainly, let's talk about the Arizona bark scorpion. While not as visually creepy as some other creatures, it holds the title of the most venomous scorpion in the United States. Encountering this species is a real possibility, not just in the desert, but even in your home or yard. The Arizona bark scorpion has a problematic habit of crawling into rooms, and encounters with humans are not uncommon. A single sting from this scorpion is enough to cause pain, comparable to a bee sting. However, for someone with an allergy or heightened sensitivity, the consequences can be more severe, potentially leading to paralysis, breathing difficulties, and other health issues. Despite its small size, the Arizona bark scorpion's venom is potent. It's important for residents in areas where these scorpions are prevalent to be aware of their presence, take precautions, and know what to do in case of a sting. If someone is stung, seeking medical attention is advisable, especially for those who may have allergic reactions to the venom.